What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the second studio album from BrockHampton entitled Saturation 2. Yes, I know. BrockHampton. Well, they just released Saturation. I know. Well, they just released Saturation 2. And would you believe it? Saturation 3 is coming, I think, in 2017. They're going to release the first three albums in the same freaking year. Not even in a 6 month span. They're going to release three studio albums in a year. Now, if there's going to be a Saturation 4, if they're just going to go on to a new title, or, like a new trilogy or just epilogue, whatever. Epilogue, no. If they're going to go into a new trilogy, series, then who knows? But Saturation 3 is coming. Isn't that something? They really giving niggas a lot to listen to, a lot to look forward to. And why do I say they're giving them a lot to look forward to? Because Brockhampton, Saturation the first, that was good. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I like this better than I liked Brockhampton Saturation the first because it's not that I don't like hardcore music. I love hardcore music, but uh, Saturation was more hardcore. This is on a softer tip, softer vibe, and I just dig it. Um, for those of you who don't know, Brockhampton is a Texas boy band. That's what they that's what they call themselves, a Texas boy band. Not your typical boy band. This is a damn, this is gonna be a hip hop boy band, not your typical pop. I don't even know what to call it. Pop punk, pop rock band. I'm not sure, but not your typical boy band that you're thinking of. This is a hip hop boy band from Texas and the black. Not that that matters, but yeah, that's gonna shock some people. That's right, a hip hop boy band from Texas, Texas, and they're black. It's gonna shock a lot of motherfuckers, like people who don't know them. Doesn't really matter to me, but I had to throw that out there because I want to see some heads turn. Yeah, see some niggas, see some people go, what? Yeah, yeah, that's right. But let's go ahead and get right into this review. Like I said, I already spoiled it in a sense that I said I like this more than Saturation. I forget what I even rated Saturation if I'm being honest. But let's go ahead and get right into this. This track I want to talk about is, well, first is track number two, Queer. One of my favorite tracks on here. I love the music. It's about becoming that nigga, and getting checks, and but having unfinished, not business, but having things you want to say but you can't say them. That's fucked up. Imagine having like unfinished business that you just can't finish. It's like, damn. And I love the freaking references. They're definitely from Texas with these references here. Oh, this Kevin Abstract and the boys, man, like Candy Paint, uh, Bar Baby, Spill Syrup on my big wheel. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Rest in peace, Big Mo. It's SUC for life. If y'all don't know who that is, Big Mo was from Screwed Up Click. DJ Screwed Up Click down there in Houston. And shit, they're really going through it right now. Gotta send some thoughts and prayers their way and some money to the Red Cross or wherever I go. Plenty of options. Um, but yeah, next track I want to talk about is Swamp. Another one of my favorite tracks on here. This track musically, I love it, and it's about earning and burning your money. Like you're selling dope. Went from selling dope to now selling musical and lyrical dope. Kind of like how Cole said it on um, J. Cole, Neighbors off of For Your Eyes Only. It's funny that I was just thinking about that track last night and how 8 Ball from 8 Ball and MJG said it, slanging lyrical dope. Um, how 8 Ball said it, then Cole said it, and then I listened to this morning a few times, and now this dude's saying it. I mean, Brockhampton's saying it. It's like, okay, all right then. The next track I'm going to talk about is another one of my favorite tracks on here, and it's Jesus, track number 8. Beautiful music, but it's talking about toxic relationship problems and saying like, yeah, I fell in love with a dancer in Atlanta. I'm lying. I ain't a Drake ass nigga. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. I guess that's a shot But oh boy, like damn, you know, like, cause I'm one of those dudes. I'm hard on Drake, but I'm not just gonna go there. Like I'm focused on what he's doing musically. I don't really care what he's doing as far as that. I just care about what he's doing musically. I critique his music, not the freaking person that, not the person that he is. I'm not freaking Rod. I'm not Modest Media. No, no offense, Rod from Dead End Hip Hop. No offense, but that was a funny ass comment somebody left on a recent review of theirs. Like, yo, it was the one with Spectrum Pulse. So yo, everybody else there, like Ken, Mike, and dude from Spectrum Pulse, like they're music reviewers, they're music critics. Rod, Modest Media, he's a human critic. That shit had me, that shit had me die. Next track I want to talk about is track number 9, Chick. And no, it's not one of my favorite tracks on here, but I do really like it though. What I got from this was like, oh man, that reminds me of what Pimp C said. When he said niggas talk a lot of shit in a safe place, I was like, oh, that's what Pimp said on Diamonds of Wood. And niggas talk a lot of shit in a safe place. I know it because he can't look me eye to eye when he be in my face. Like, my goodness, man. Rest in peace, Pimp. UGK for life. Favorite group of all, well, hip hop duo of all time / group. Check number 10, Junkie. Here, Kevin, I want to say this is Kevin Abstract. He's rapping about being not. He's not rapping about being gay, but he's saying some things that are. And I don't want to say it like I'm homophobic or anything, but he's saying things that would appeal to people who are gay. And he's even saying like people asking like, why you always rapping about being gay? You know what that remind me of? It kind of remind me of when niggas was talking about Andre and the whole transition from Southern Playalistic to AT Aliens to Aquemini. Like, what the hell's wrong with Andre? Is he in a cult? Is he gay? It's like, yo, that nigga, yo, and Kevin's actually gay. So it's like, okay. And musically, like, that beat switch was amazing. Then it went back to the original beat. But that I thought they were gonna ride that beat switch out the rest of the song. I was like, oh shit, this is about to be one of my favorite tracks on here, which it kind of is, given the music, the beat switch, and then the content. Like talking about drug problems, drowning in your sorrows, learning to respect women. Like this is this is one of the few tracks on here where I'm not gonna say they don't relate. This is one of the few tracks on here, kind of like with Odd Future sometimes, and Tyler and Earl and their solo stuff sometimes, where the title of the track relates to the music. The next track I want to talk about is Fight. And this is saying, like, Kevin's talking about how he learned racism in school and, like, what his teachers told him, like, what a black boy's purpose is, what his place is in life, which is hanging from a tree. And he just learned what racism was, and, like, he's talking about how he knows about black past and what's going on in the present today, like seeing these black kids being shot that look just like him and kind of having an idea what the future might hold for the black community. So I really appreciate that track. Track number 14, Gamba. One of my favorite tracks on here without question. This musically is the fucking shit, nigga. It's the shit. Alright. Track number 15, Sunny. Not too memorable, but I did leave a circle on it though. Because like with my whole album, shit. The whole album rating system. I do that with single tracks. I'll either leave a nothing, I do a circle, a check, a star, um, or just a freaking X. Like this has gotta fucking go. It's trash to the garbage can. And the last track I want to talk about is Summer. The electric guitar here is fucking amazing. One of my favorite tracks on here without question. And uh, now I think about it, what's that song by the Isley Brothers? Summer Breeze. Man, this album is just the shit. Saturation, the first one, I liked it, even though there were some softer moments on that. It was more hardcore, which I don't mind at all. I love hardcore music. But this, the content, I'm not gonna say it was more relatable, but it was easier to, in the content, the subjects, they were easier to pick up on your first listen, at second, and you keep finding stuff just like you did on saturation one, but they were easier, and musically it was easier on the ears. Just, the vibe, the soft vibe, like musically, this is better than Brockhampton saturation, the first one, if you ask me. As far as content and subject, I don't know if I'd say it's better on here. It, it might be, but it's easier to pick up on here than it was on saturation, the first one. I will say this though, if you really want them niggas rapping and a little bit of what you get on here as far as how it's softer, check out saturation one. You don't really you think it's the same um guys making you think it's the same boy band, I guess. Yeah, same boy band. If you've heard Saturation One and listen to this, you'd think it's the same one, but you're not gonna get any hardcore elements on this album. You get some elements of this on Saturation One, but from Saturation One, you're not getting any hardcore elements on here. You're just not. This is completely softer and easier and on your ears and easier to pick up as far as the concept and subjects. So for that reason, I like this more than I like Saturation One. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a check, 7.5 to an 8. If you don't know my rating system, just check the description below. You can see I have a X, which means it's trash, a blank, which means it's like filler, kind of like a chore to listen to, a circle slash dot, which means like a 5.5 to a 7, which means it was half and half to decent. 7.5 to 8.5 is the check, which means pretty damn good. And it's like great. And then we have the 9 to a 10, a star, instant classic. Well, masterpiece, maybe an instant classic. So, yeah, like, God, what can I say? I like this more than Saturation 1. You may agree with me, you may disagree. But overall, um, if you've heard this album, go ahead and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. And if you haven't heard this album, you're missing out. If you haven't heard Saturation 1, you're missing out even more. What can I say? Go listen to these albums. Go listen to this, and come back to this video after you're done listening to it, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and what you think about my review on it. So be sure to hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe if you're new. Check the description so you can get my everything from Twitter and all those social medias to my PSN to my Venmo or Venmo, whichever way you pronounce it, PayPal, Square Cash, Bandcamp, Patreon. That's if you want to support my movement as far as YouTube, music, entertainment, etc. And that's pretty much it, man. Thank you for watching Saturation 3. I'll be waiting. And until then, until the next video, I'll see y'all next time.